Hi guys, Manic Misfit here. Welcome back to my channel. This week I was going to try and do something that sounded a little more positive. Of course, with anything you can always find a negative or a positive if you try hard enough. But if you have anxiety, doesn't matter what causes it. If it was due to PTSD or you have anxiety just naturally you always have, or if it stemmed from an addiction or anything like that, it doesn't really matter. You need coping skills and you need ways to bring yourself down from that anxiety. You can always find something, whether it be exercise, yoga, painting, drawing, coloring, even jewelry making, pottery, designing clothes. Music was my biggest outlet. It was and still is what I use to help me calm down when I'm having a stressful day or when I need to gain perspective on things and try and come up with a different way to focus when I seem to be getting down on myself or extremely sad about something that I just can't get out of my mind. And it doesn't matter what type of music, it doesn't matter what it is. If you relate to it and you can feel it and it kind of helps you feel at peace with something, that's a good way to go. There's a lot of people I've known that when I did a lot of different things in rehab, there were Legos. We're just listing things that you liked. Top 10 flowers. Or some people just liked making lists of things that they liked. It kind of helped them look on paper and see all these positive things in their life. These are helpful to have reminders of when you feel like you're down and times are tough and there's no way to come out of your funk or your sadness, or you feel alone, that you have these reminders to look back on and tell yourself that you have things to be grateful for in life. It kind of helps you take the focus off your sadness. Coloring is a very, very soothing way of channeling your focus onto something else. Different colors are soothing. Trying to draw, even if somebody doesn't know how to draw per se, doodling and making shapes or designs or something like that, sometimes just following the pencil on the paper is enough to calm somebody. Meditation, yoga, finding ways you can do. On YouTube they have tons of guided meditation, that there are people with some very soothing voices that will guide you through and kind of help you focus. And then once you become more comfortable with it, there are also meditations, different sounds and frequencies that are extremely helpful. If you have a hard time, like I do, falling asleep and staying asleep, using those sounds throughout the night are very helpful. And if you have a significant other that may not be able to handle it, earbuds are very, very helpful in that sense. And eventually it'll shut off, so it gives you time to relax. Jewelry making, crocheting, macrame, that type of thing allows you different ways to coordinate colors and shapes and designs. Puzzles, crossword puzzles, and doing things that you're building allows focus to be redirected. And it's quite helpful when you feel like you just can't get out of that hole. That negative thought that no matter what you do, you can't get away from it. There are tons of things that can take you out of the situation that help. Exercise is very good for anxiety. It allows much more restful sleep. Helps you find a pattern in things to kind of help you take focus in that direction. With any of these, obviously, you have to be careful. If you're anything like me, you can become obsessive, overdo it, and then burn yourself out. So it's helpful to have a few different things that you enjoy to do and alternate between them. And everybody goes through phases. Sometimes music isn't going to be the answer. It always helps me, but it doesn't do the same thing for everybody. And the biggest argument I had with anybody is types of music. You like that angry stuff. Sometimes when you listen to music and it appears to be angrier sounding, sometimes it's just good to know that you aren't the only one that feels that way. To have somebody be able to express their feelings and you can relate when you can't always come up with the words to try and explain how you're feeling, it's pretty cool when you can find that one song or that band or anything that you can relate to and be like, that is how I feel. And that's good. That's so good. And with any of these things, obviously you gain a music collection. You gain jewelry if you've made them. If you paint, you artwork and drawing, things to hang and show progress. Not necessarily has to be shared with anybody, but it allows you that outlet to prove to yourself no matter what. These are all things that you try and put focus and effort into to get yourself out of that negative headspace. You deserve the ability to have that stress-free moment. And if you can find it, if it's makeup, it's doing your hair, redecorating. There's people that'll rearrange their house like every other day. Rehanging picture frames, repurposing furniture. There's a ton of things that can be done. And I encourage anybody that's watching this to share it with people that may need help. Or if there's something maybe that you haven't thought of that you'd like to try, it doesn't hurt to try. Even if it's your first time and it may not go as planned or how you think it should, you're still trying. And it's still going to get your mind in a different place. Because trust me, I know when that anxiety comes and you don't feel like you have enough time or you don't get enough sleep, no matter what it is, allow yourself time to relax and come back from that chaos. Thanks, guys.